This video is part of the Ultimate Swagger Tools course. Check the link in the description to learn more.
In this lecture, you will learn how you can mock an API that you have created using Swagger Hub. Mocking refers to mocking the server so that you can execute your API against the mocked server. Using this, you can simulate the execution of your API although the server is not present. This is mainly used so that you can see how your API will execute against a virtual server. Swagger Hub supports creating the mockups for your API automatically to simulate the API call. In order to create a mockup, you first need to open the API for which you need to create that mockup server. Once you select the API, it's going to open the API's homepage. Among this, you click the top left for the API details, then click on the integrations tab. Here you are going to have all the integrations that you have added for your API document. Currently, we don't have any integrations and hence it's blank. In order to add one of the integration, in fact, the mockup is considered as one of the integration. So for that, you click on the Add New Integrations button. Once you do this, you need to select integrations among the various choices. For us, we are interested in creating an auto mockup. Hence, I select the first option, API Auto Mocking. Once you select this and then click Add, it's going to show a dialog where you need to key in the details for your mock server. Basically, it means a name and API tokens if you require. The bare minimum is a name. For example, let's go ahead and give it a name as mock server. This is the name that will be displayed under the servers list. Next, if you scroll down, you can see various other settings such as the content type and whether you want to update the host settings and so on. I'm going to leave it everything as is because the update host settings is going to add this entry under the servers and the enable is going to enable this particular mockup server. You can create and execute or you can just create. The difference between these two is that when you just create, then it's just going to add that entry within your API. It's not going to execute and show up in your servers list. You have to do the execution at the later part. Whereas if you create and execute, then it's going to do both the operations at one shot. It will create the mockup server, add it to the servers list and make it active. Let's go and click create and execute. Once you do this, you can see a message the mock server was executed and saved. Then you click on the done button. Once it is added, we can see an entry under the integrations, namely mock server. This is the button where it refers to the execution. In case you had chosen only the create option, then you can come over to this icon and then execute. In our case, it's already executed. Now if you go back to the documentation of this API, then it should show a new entry under the servers tab. Once the API gets loaded, we have a new entry under the servers which starts with withserver.swaggerhub.com. This entry has been added by the Swagger Hub in order to mock the server usage. If you select this and then come back to one of the API and then try to execute it, let's say you want to execute the get operation for the courses and then click on the try it out icon, then it's going to give an option to execute it. Once you click on this execute button, then it's going to execute the get operation for the courses path against this specific URL. Let's see what happens if you go and execute it. If we scroll down, we can see certain messages, CURL message, request URL. In our case, the server is withserver.swaggerhub.com, code with Praveen, our document name, our version, followed by the actual path. In our case, the path is courses and it has passed a default values for our query parameter sort by. Once it is done, the server response is mentioned below. We have got a 200 success code and the response is a course entry. Since we have simulated just a single course, it's going to show us only a single entry. Of course, we have all the headers which is displayed among the response headers at the bottom. You might be wondering from where it has pulled up all this information. If you remember, while defining this specific operation for the get method for the courses, we had defined the responses body. In the responses, we had defined 200, 400 series and 500. Among the 200 series, we had given sample values. Let's go to that specific section, go to the get section. Under that we have the responses. Here we have 200. Here we have defined a description and the content. The content we had mentioned as array of course. If you go back to the course type, which is defined under the schemas, here we have defined an example. Swagger Hub has used all these information from the API documentation in order to mock this particular operation. It doesn't pull this information from anywhere else. Everything resides in your own API document. Similar to the way we had executed for the get operation, you can go ahead and try all other operations. Again, the Swagger Hub is going to use all the information that is available in your API spec in order to mock the execution. The response codes which you have defined for each of this operation is going to be used in order to fetch the details and show when you click on the execute button. This way you can quickly use the Swagger Hub's mocking capabilities in order to try out the API that you have written. This way you can see how your API is going to get executed by third party or other team members of your company.